Hello, welcome to your learning channel. Today's topic is TypeScript types, and today we'll be diving into what TypeScript is, and we will take a look at some of the basic types in TypeScript. We will look at strings, we will look at number, we will look at arrays, and also tuple. Now let's take a look at what TypeScript is. So, TypeScript generally is a superset of JavaScript. What does this mean? It means that everything that is allowed in JavaScript is also allowed in TypeScript. So, this means that every single line of code you can write in TypeScript are also valid in TypeScript. So, TypeScript is static typing. This means we know the data type of variable at compile time and its data type cannot be changed. This is different from how JavaScript behaves because in JavaScript we can change a variable type from string to number to boolean to different types. But in TypeScript it's different. It is static type while in JavaScript it is dynamic type. So some of the benefits of TypeScript is are first one, it adds type checking system that helps to check mistakes or some errors that happen at development time. So instead of getting errors at runtime, and it boosts creativity. Sorry, it boosts productivity. So now let's start with the first uh, the first type in TypeScript, which is string. So we'll start with string, then number, then array, and then tuple. So let's start with string. Let's say we have const username, and its type is string, and let's assign it to Peter. So this is our string. So what does this mean? So as we declared it with a const, we cannot reassign it any value. So TypeScript is very strict that it notify you before you continue to other things. It issue an error right when you make mistake. So now you can see that we cannot assign to username because it is constant. So now let's use late for us to be able to reassign and see what happened. So let's now assign it to a number. So let's say we have a username, we want to assign it to 23. So look, now we have type number is not assignable to type string. So this is the benefit of TypeScript. You cannot assign a number to a string variable. So now let's take a look at how to run this TypeScript. So let's say we want to console.log our variable username. So what we will do first is to to compile our file because at this moment the browser does not understand these TypeScript files. So we have to compile it to convert it into JavaScript file so that it can be understood by browser. So now what we do is to type tsc and quick update is how to install TypeScript. You just write npm install and then dash G to install it globally, and then TypeScript. That command will install TypeScript compile. So in this video, I have already installed it, so that's why I'm going to compile this file. So we say tsc test.txt .ts, and then now you can see that test.javascript file is created now after compiling. Now this file is what we learn. We run. Sorry, you say test. Sorry, node. I'm going to use node test.js. So as you can see, we are getting a variable here called Peter. So now let's take a look at how number type behave. So for number, let's say we have let's score, yes, and its type is number. And then yeah, let's say we will assign it right now. Let's say score is equal to 80. Yes, as you can see here, it's okay. Now let's try to assign it to a string and see what happens. So when you try to assign it to, let's say, Kigali, so you see we got an error because we are trying to assign a string to a variable that we declared as a number. This is the benefit of TypeScript because it helps you to avoid running into that mistake. So it helps us and notify us before in advance. So now let's take a look at arrays. So let's keep this variable score, and for arrays you just define its type, and this type will apply for all the elements in array, and then you add this cap bracket, and then here you can assign your array and add the value you want, whatever. But what you need to consider is that it's a numbers only, because here we define its type as number. We cannot use anything else that is not a number. So this is how array works actually. It's kind of the same as in JavaScript. So now let's take a look at tuple. So tuple is like arrays but with additional considerations. So in tuple, the the number of elements are fixed, and also the type of those elements is known before. So let's say we still have that variable score, and then we do like this, add the colons, and then come in here. We define the the type of each element in our array. So we say the first element will be a number, second one will be a number, third one will be string. So this is a tuple, and to assign it to value. So let's say score b. So first one will be a number, second one number, third one will be a string. So let's say we have Uganda. So you see now it is working. So you should always consider the order of these types, because if you, let's say, the second value, let's make it a string, and then the third one make it a number. So you see we got an error. The order you you gave types to the tuple is the order you use to assign. So if you change it, you get error. So and now for it to work, you have to make the second one number also. So this is how tuple is different from array. So that was it for today, and thank you so much for making it to the end. And this marks the end of our today's tutorial. So thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.